We just had our very first live stream for SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, and I am super excited for the upcoming events that this game is going to have. What's up, everybody? Fortexfiend here, and welcome to another video on SD Gundam Eternal, where I'm going to be summarizing and going over the upcoming events and storylines and all that good stuff that's going to be coming out very soon for this game. I want to give a special shout out to my Discord, in particular a member that goes by the name of Ponyo. So Ponyo helped translate some of these slides for me that I'm going to be presenting to you guys. I also had the help of a little Google Translate magic, but Ponyo went ahead and also summarized for me what's going to be happening as well, because the live stream was done in Japanese and unfortunately I cannot read Japanese. So thank you so much to you, Ponyo, and also to the Google Translate magic, and as well as everybody in my Discord. Guys, the Discord is growing. We have a lot of people passionate about this game. If you guys want to join, be sure to check the links down below in the video description as well as the pinned comments. We'd love to have you as a part of this community. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the news. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the news that's actually currently in game, and we will also be seeing this when I talk to you guys about the slides. So right over here, they're talking about the upcoming story event, which is going to be featuring the Gundam Seed Astray storyline. So this is going to be an event-related story. So from my understanding, this is going to be a limited time event that starts on April 30th. You're going to have event-exclusive units that are SSRs that you can earn. So this is fantastic, especially if you are a free-to-play player, because it allows you to earn more of these SSR units. You could potentially full limit break them and all that good stuff. It also shows you the SSR pilots that are related to this particular event. And as we scroll down further, it gives you more of information on these units. So the SSR Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu is an attack-type unit with weapons such as the Beam Saber, the Maga no Shirahoko, and the offensive shield system, Tricero Sky, and an AoE attack, a map attack called the Maga no Ikutachi. So I've never seen Gundam Seed Astray, so apologies for the mispronunciations there, but that mobile suit looks sick. That dark design just looks absolutely sleek. I'm wondering if there's an action figure for it, because I'm collecting the action figures. But anyways, we're also going to get access to the Gundam Astray Blue Frame 2nd L, which we could also unlock. This is going to be a supporter type unit with a tactical arm sword form, the 75mm anti-air automatic Vulcan turret system, Igel Stellung, however you pronounce that, and the tactical arms Gatling form. So that one doesn't look as cool. Still looks cool, but I think this one definitely looks the coolest. And then we're also going to have access to some SSR pilots that we could get for free. So we're gonna get an attacker type pilot, Rondo, increased damage dealt, coordinator, and affinity orb level 2. Getting a support pilot. His name is Guy. He has support attack, counter support, battle coordinator, and affinity mercenary level 2. And then we're also gonna get a durability type pilot named Low, and he has support defend, increased defense, and affinity junk guild level 2. It does state right here that you have to be able to be at player rank level 3, which is super easy to get to unlock these events. And it says here, clearing stages with units eligible for event bonuses in your formation offer benefits. So they encourage you to use these units, more than likely the Gacha units, which will be featured for these events, and also potentially, I think, the current Gundam Seed units that we already have available. So as long as they have that tag, you should be able to use them, and you should be able to get more benefits from this particular story event. So I'm very excited for this. Very cool that they already added this notice in game. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the meat of this video, which is going to be the slides that was translated via aka Google Translate and also summarized for me by my Discord member Ponyo. So the first one here states that they're going to be conducting a survey around Wednesday, May 7th. So this is going to be our chance as a community to provide feedback on what we love about this game, what we don't quite love, and what we would like to see more of. In particular, we need more drop rate increases or drop rates for those rare materials, and also more AP potions, because we are locked behind a stamina system with this game. All right, so they're also talking about after the release, new scenarios will be added, which will feature a new stage and development path map at the same time. So we have another development diagram, which is going to be awesome. They're including the addition of a main stage. So this is going to be permanent content. So this is likely going to be another storyline added that's permanent. And then they're also going to be adding limited time event, which is the one that we just talked about. That's going to be a limited story event. So there's going to be a main stage and then there's going to be a story event. So there's going to be like two things happening at once that's going to be released from what is stating here. And then for the limited time events, we also get scenario stages and also development path diagrams. So with the limited stages, we're gonna get a development diagram that's only limited, and it looks like, per what I'm understanding here, those diagrams will be added as permanent content on a later date. So if you miss out on the limited stuff, don't worry. It looks like they have plans to release it later on as permanent content. Okay, we're getting we just talked about this, so this is scheduled to start on April 30th, which is the Gundam Seed Astray limited time event story. Right over here, we have a visual of what this is going to look like with the interface. So I've seen this visual before with other games that I've played. For example, I played a game called Artery Gear Fusion, which had events like this. So it tells you on how to play. It tells you when it ends. So it looks like it runs until May 13th. It has the event bonus. So it probably tells you which of the units you should be using to fully benefit from the drops. So we have the event stage and the development path map and the missions right there. The event stage is probably where you're going to be going through the different stage difficulties, getting what you need to be able to battle the boss. And I've seen, like I said, I've seen this structure before. We also have a story aligned to this as well. And we have the medal gacha, which I believe the medal gacha we can either get from both the event and boss battle or just the boss battle. But this is a very familiar structure if you've played games that release their events in this format. So pretty easy to understand, pretty cool. Right over here, it tells us that it's an event where you can enjoy story and battles. As you progress, you will aim to develop units and defeat boss stages. So it tells you right here which are some of these units that you could develop with the limited development diagram that they're going to be releasing for this. I love those visuals. And then right here, when you clear the stage, they're referring to the event stage, you can earn boss challenge tickets. So you use these tickets to challenge the boss. If you beat the boss, you get the medals, and you use those medals to earn some resources, which we're going to be seeing that soon. And I apologize why it says one printing. When Google Translate was translating this, it kind of removed the images, but pretty much as you inflict damage on the boss, if you don't defeat it on that particular try, it carries over. And if you could beat the boss in one try, you actually can skip that. So that's great. So it saves you a lot of time from having to farm over and over and over, depending on the difficulty you choose to farm. And with the gacha medals, you can use them on the gacha to get developing event units, characters, and all that good stuff. So I'm seeing some really, really cool materials here that we can finally get, such as Capital, which it gets really expensive when you start to unlock the ultimate SSR units from the diagram, and then as well as the UR weapon upgrades, tickets, all that good stuff. So this is going to be a fantastic event to farm and earn like a truckload of these different resources. There's an event bonus, which they were just talking about, which that it means increased damage and increased item acquisition. So if you use pretty much any mobile suit with the Seed series tag, you should be able to get more drops and also more damage inflicted on these stages. And right over here, it tells us that the new UR units that are going to be added to the gacha is going to be giving you a large event bonus, as well as the event development SSRs. So the two SSRs that we saw that we were looking at in game, those give you the largest event bonus. And then afterwards, any units with the Seed tag will give you a medium to small. I think it depends on the rarity, because I see Freedom right there. So that's the UR Freedom that we already currently have in game. So that's probably going to give you like a medium-sized bonus. So let's say you decide to skip on the actual gacha and you already have Freedom. You still have the opportunity to deal more damage and also earn more of the event drops and stuff like that. So event bonuses, like it says right here, can be obtained from the new gacha units and event development SSR. So that's going to be very cool there for free-to-play players, especially if you decide to skip and you just farm up the SSR units, you could still get that large bonus. Okay, so these are going to be the development units that we can get from this event. I'm pretty sure these are not the exact translations, but we got the Works Jin Gundam Astray Red Frame, Astray Gold Frame, Astray Gold Frame Heaven, which is that badass looking one, Elijah's Jin, Elijah's Jin Kai, Astray Blue Frame, and Astray Blue Frame 2nd L. Okay, so you guys kept asking for PvP. You know that I'm not a big fan of PvP when it comes to gacha games, but they are adding a PvP-ish kind of content at the end of May called Master League Season 0. So when I first heard about this, I was a bit apprehensive, but we're going to take a look at it. And it's actually kind of cool the way that they structure this. So it doesn't seem nearly as pay to win as it should be for a PvP event. So what is Master League? It's a full auto battle. It's a score attack event that involves simulating battles with other players. So the opponents that you get will be selected from the same league as yours. So this kind of reminds me of a game that I used to play called Power Rangers Legacy Wars, where as you progress through your tier, you get tiered up depending on your score. However, that game was live PvP, which was super pay to win, and this doesn't seem like that at all. You will be promoted to a higher league, again, based on your total score against 5 other players. Multiple trains, I think that they meant multiple tries, cannot be made with the same unit. Or I think that means that you cannot use the same unit in like multiple copies of the same unit. So you can't use like 5 Sazabis. And then there are no plans to implement a ranking function. That's awesome. Okay, so I know whenever we see like a ranking thing when it comes to PvP, everybody gets that competitive itch to try to be at the top. So there's no plans to implement that. So all you got to worry about is your own performance. So you, depending on what you have available, you could do well, you could do decent, you could do poorly, but there is no ranking, which to me, that's awesome. So it kind of evens it out when it comes to like the whole pay to win aspect. So there's no ranking option, which I think is fantastic. If your total score exceeds the league promotion score, you will be promoted. We just talked about that. And then rewards available in the Master League will be in-game items such as diamonds. And there will be no unit or character rewards. So that's great. So this is an opportunity just to earn more diamonds. So again, I don't think this is very pay to win at all because it's score based. It's whatever tier you're in, and there's no ranking whatsoever, and you don't get any kind of special units or character rewards. All you're getting is diamonds in the Master League, and I think that's the highest league. And in the Gold League, I imagine that would be like just materials that you can already earn in game. So I'm very, very happy for the structure of this because again, I'm very apprehensive when it comes to PvP in a mobile game, especially a mobile game that's primarily more PvE. But this looks promising. This definitely looks promising. So the battle simulation has different rules from normal battles. So the order of action is dependent on the mobile suits that you have. I'm not sure if that's going to be a stat based or maybe like a it's going to be based on maybe a unit's mobility. We'll have to find out. And the battle ends in 5 turns. So I imagine your positioning of your units, the structure of your sortie is going to impact who goes first. So ideally, if it's what I'm thinking, you probably want to put like your durability and supports acting first, and then afterwards have your DPS acting after. So then that way you take advantage of your support units support attacking you, and then afterwards you have your durability units to cover for you. So this is going to be the structure in terms of the battle simulation. Again, it's fully auto, so you don't have to play it manually, and it's going to be score based with no ranking system. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, about Master League Season 0, again, it's just summarizing. Full auto battle, score attacks that simulates battles. You fight people of the same leagues. No plans to implement ranking. There's no rewards for units or characters. Season 0 is scheduled to be held in May, and then after the event, they're going to conduct a survey to give feedback to let them know what we think about this pretty much a PvP feature. And then anybody who does the survey will get 300 diamonds. So there's no reason why we shouldn't partake in the survey. We get free rewards, and we also let them know what we want to see, what we don't want to see, what we'd like to see more of. So that's very, very good that they're going to be collecting feedback in regards to this feature. Because, PvP in a mobile game can get very controversial at times. So that's important that they collect feedback. All right, so there's going to be an Eternal Road update, which is going to be updated for the Seed Series tag. We're going to get another Hard and Expert that's going to be also implemented on Wednesday. So very, very cool. Looks like it's going to be featuring Gundam Seed Destiny. And then we're getting another boss event. So kind of like the Red Gundam. You know how there were like blank spaces and we were all wondering what is that? Well, this is the answer. So this is going to be held for a limited time in mid-May. And you could still play the Red Gundam from what it looks like, which is the current event that we have. So this one we're going to be fighting against Oberon, which is the armor form, and also that goofy looking Dice Gundam. What the heck is that? I mean, I guess. The Oberon looks cool, but that Dice Gundam looks very goofy. Yeah, that looks really, really silly. And then afterwards, we're going to get implemented new animations for the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Recollection main story stage. So we get to, see the abridged version of the story for those of us that haven't seen the anime, or for those of us that need a refreshment on the anime if we watched it before. And then they gave us another roadmap from April to June. So April, we get the Gundam Seed Astray limited time story event with the Gundam Seed Recollection main stage added. In May, we're going to get another, was it Stardust Memory? Is that Witch from Mercury? No, that's something else. That's Stardust Memory. Not familiar with that one, so you guys can let me know in the comments what that one is all about. And then in June, we're getting a limited time event for Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky with more main stage added for Gundam Seed Destiny. They really, really like Gundam Seed. I need to watch that because I've never really watched Gundam Seed, but it seems to be very popular. Okay, and here's the gacha units. We're going to get Strike Freedom Gundam EX with it looks like another Kira, so we're getting another Kira Yamato, and then we're also getting a UR Justice Gundam with Athrun Zala. And when we have more information released on this, I will be putting out a Should You Pull video, giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on these units, but they look cool. So this is going to be the 2 UR units that should be dropping on April 30th in conjunction with the event. There's also going to be voice lines added to the characters, so this is going to be for those 2 free SSR pilots from Gundam G-Quacks, which is Machu and Shuji. And there's going to be addition of batch development function. So that's all that tells me there. I'm not sure what that's all about. That's the only details that I have right there for that, but that's something exciting to look forward to. And then the Phoenix Gundam from SD... Oh! This is kind of cool. So are we getting our first collab already? This is what I'm getting from this slide. So the Phoenix Gundam from SD Gundam G Generation Eternal will be joining the battle. So if that's a collab, that's pretty dope. And then right over here, there's going to be a promotional card. So I'm not sure if this pertains to that. Oh, okay, wait. Is this is something that we could get in store? I imagine this is in Japan only. I'm not sure what this is. If you guys know what this is, let me know. But I'm not. But I mean, there's the Phoenix Gundam right there from G Generation, which is pretty cool. And I think that is all the slides that we have for now. So I'm definitely very excited for these upcoming events. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you think of this PvP, the Master League Season 0 that they're going to be adding. Let me know what you think of the upcoming limited time story event. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And also, are you guys excited for the new banner? I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be pulling on my whale account. Not sure yet on my free-to-play account because I'm trying to be free-to-play and be meticulous about my resources there since they're more limited. But let me know what you guys are excited for. I'm super excited and looking forward to more SD Gundam G Generation Eternal content. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and stay blessed, everybody.